Honored, and especially want to talk to the younger people who, like, especially the millennials, which are in charge of millennial money. And the reason for that is, although you guys have got a lot of real education yet to go, at least you're more aware of what's going on in the world, due to YouTube and the internet and all this stuff. You're much more aware than my generation.
Mhm.
So the baby boom generation was 1946 to, I think, 1974, or something like that, whatever it was. But the baby boom generation had it really easy. And that's the problem. And so when it comes to real education, it's like, so the boomers have spent all their lives learning how to use their right hand. And now they know something is changing, but they can't change.
Mhm.
So it's like saying, I'm going from my right hand, I'm going to have to learn how to eat with my left hand now. And so what happens is the brain gets kind of locked into a mode. And then you have to kind of relearn everything again, because learning is really physical. It's not just mental like they have in school. So like if I wanted to learn, I'm fourth generation Japanese and I don't speak Japanese at all. Man, because I spent 74 years speaking English. If I have to learn to speak Japanese, I'm in big trouble because I'll be dead before. Anyway, well, I flunked out of Japanese, I flunked English, I flunked French, and I flunked Spanish. So my chances of surviving in Japanese are none. But anyway, it's the same as education. So you millennials have a better chance because at least you're aware that something is messed up. And the boomers had it really easy. And they're in serious trouble right now because, as most people know, except the boomers, Social Security is broke, Medicare is broke, and their pensions are broke. And without financial education in our schools, guys like my age are in serious trouble. But anyway, the reason I'm going to talk about Bitcoin today is I'm very optimistic on Bitcoin. I own Bitcoin. I'm going to buy more Bitcoin, but I'm going to say horrible things about it. So if you can't take it, you shouldn't listen to this program. But I will explain why I like Bitcoin. I also have Ethereum. I have no Doge coins and all those other things. To me, that's different. That's a mania. So does it make sense to you? I mean, it's people don't know what they're doing. They're speculating. Well, it is fake news because, they said, well, the reason Bitcoin crashed is because China said they didn't like Bitcoin or something like that. And Elon Musk didn't like Bitcoin. That's not the problem. You see, China has not liked Bitcoin forever. In 2013, they said, don't buy Bitcoin. 2014, they said, don't buy Bitcoin. 2015, they said, don't buy Bitcoin. And 2016, I think they said, don't buy Ethereum.
Mm-hmm.
So when the press comes out and says the reason Bitcoin crashed is because China trashed it. Well, they've always trashed it.
Yeah.
That's not the reason it's crashing. So I love Bitcoin. I almost bought it. I think it was 2017 when I was at 20,000, but I didn't. And I'm going to say this much here. Okay, this is real financial education, what they don't teach you at school. So there's three kinds of people in the world when it comes to money. There's an investor, a trader, and a speculator. I am an investor. So the moment I started buying Bitcoin, I wasn't a trader. A trader is somebody's going to buy it and sell it. A trader, like in real estate, is kind of a flipper. They buy a house to flip it. That's what traders do. And a speculator is a gambler. And I would say most people who are chasing Dogecoins and all this other stuff and Bitcoin, and they're speculators. They're all kind of gamblers hoping it'll go up. That's not what I do. So we at Rich Dad teach us, we don't say one is right or wrong. We're just saying there's three different types of investors. So I am an investor. I understand trading. That's what Andy Tanner and all those guys teach, is how you can make money going up and make money coming down. It makes no difference. So when Bitcoin crashed, I made more money. You see, and the guys who are losing money right now is because you're not a trader, you're a speculator. So don't say, oh, you hate Bitcoin. No, I think you're stupid. That's what I'm saying, but it doesn't mean I hate Bitcoin. Okay, so don't be a speculator, because those are gamblers out there. And real financial education should include why Bitcoin and gold and silver are going up and down. And one is because in 1944, there was a thing called the Bretton Woods Agreement. America had basically won World War II against the Japanese and the Germans and the Italians. So in 1944, at Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, the US government promised we will back the US dollar with gold. But as you know, the US lies a lot. So everybody in the world says, okay, we'll accept the dollar because it's as good as gold. So I wasn't born yet. And 1971 is when a man named President Nixon broke the promise. And the dollar came off the gold standard and it became debt. So the reason we have all this volatility with the Fed and the Treasury and Bitcoin and Dogecoin and all that is because of what happened here. So in 1971, the reason your father and I traveled the world teaching financial education is because this changed all the rules here. Mm-hmm. So what happened in 1964, I started buying silver. I was 16 or 17 years old. And in 1972, I started buying gold at $35 an ounce. But in 1971, it was illegal for Americans to own gold. And I was a pilot in Vietnam flying for the US Marine Corps. And I thought it was really strange that it was illegal for an American to own gold. Mm-hmm. So I became suspicious of the Federal Reserve Bank and the Treasury. So when I meet most Bitcoin investors, they don't trust the Fed and the Treasury either. They don't trust Biden. They don't especially like Kamala, and they don't trust Nancy. Bitcoin guys and women are rebels. Mm-hmm. And Rich Dad is a rebel brand. That's why I don't say go to school, get a job, work hard, save money, get out of debt, and invest for the long term in the stock market. I don't do any of that because I don't have to. I have taken 3 companies public. I started the business, took it public and all that. Once I understood how the stock market works, I wanted nothing to do with it. So as you know, Alexandra, in our company, we don't have a 401k. And we don't tell you what to do after that, but we don't recommend you save money either. Because why would you save money? Because after 1971, the Federal Reserve Bank, which is not a bank, it's not federal, it's not really, there's no money in it, and the US Treasury can print money. Those savers are losers. And the school teachers are still telling people to save money. So all you Bitcoin people out there, this is what I do. I save gold, I save silver, I save Bitcoin, Ethereum, and bullets.